Crypto family, welcome to the new channel. Bitcoin Bros coming back at you guys with another channel. On this channel, we'll be talking about all the altcoins that we are interested in, starting with Litecoin today. So subscribe. We'll be still having our original channel. That'll be more for interviews, Bitcoin, some altcoins as well. The talking heads talking about what they think is going to happen. That's going to be that channel. This is just going to be altcoin analysis mainly. So subscribe if you want to see that. You know, some of your favorite altcoins I'm sure you will see on here. But like I said, we'll be starting with Litecoin here. So you can see Litecoin, these trend lines we've been looking at for a long time for LTC. We bounced off of the top trend line here at around $96. This is a trend line we've seen historically for Litecoin. And now we're in between these two trend lines, between 96 and $72. So that's the two levels that we're looking at. And we're going to be talking about some Litecoin FUD. People are really concerned about Litecoin right now. And I do think it is a lot of FUD right now for LTC. We'll be going over that in today's video. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So here's the channel I was referencing. They're talking about what followed the halving event for Litecoin. This is a little bit of some FUD in here. So they talk about, is Litecoin growing after the halving? And they're looking at the LTC hash rate, and it's looking like it's gone down since the halving has happened. They're also checking out the Litecoin total transaction fees. That has also gone down, causing more miners not to want to mine LTC. So they think this can make the situation worse for Litecoin. In the aftermath, they say that Litecoin's price was down by over 11% in the last 7 days, and it's trading lower than what it was before the halving. And you can see it actually did fall below some trend lines they were looking at here for some TA. So I think this is just a lot of FUD, because if you look at the history of the Litecoin halvings, every single time we have a Litecoin halving, we have that local top for Litecoin going into the halving. This only makes sense because miners know that the rewards are getting cut in halves. So you will see some miners drop off of the network, people profit taking before the halving. It makes a lot of sense. We saw the same thing back here in 2019, right before the halving. And we're seeing the same thing right now. We had the halving and Litecoin's price has fallen after it. So in my opinion, guys, a lot of FUD. Don't worry about the price too much. Not saying that Litecoin can't go lower from here, but I would just kind of consider a lot of this Litecoin's price going down after having a bad thing, because we've seen it historically. And then also, if you see from Litecoin's main Twitter page here, Litecoin's hash rate is currently at, or getting close to hitting an all-time high, currently at 933 THS per second, with difficulty just touching a new all-time high. So despite what you may read in some of the press, it does look like Litecoin is doing better than ever. And another thing that helps with this mining problem is the merge mining between Dogecoin and Litecoin. This has actually helped Litecoin a lot here, because Dogecoin has come up in the ranks. It's a top 10 crypto. It's proof of work. Elon Musk really likes it. Elon Musk is now the owner of Twitter, which is now X, and we could see some type of integration with X and Dogecoin in the future. That would actually be really good for Litecoin, because it means that there will be more miners for Dogecoin, because people are finding value in Dogecoin, which ultimately helps Litecoin, because these miners can have the merged mining capability enabled if they want to. So that also helps with this mining problem. As we continue further, Litecoin has more halvings. The rewards for miners get lower and lower. This is something that can definitely help with that. And something that happened late last year in December was on BitPay, Litecoin became the #1 use for payment method on that platform. So you can see right here, this is from David Short. He says, getting added to BitPay in mid-2021 was great milestone for Litecoin and pay with Litecoin. Now, after 15 full months on BitPay, its consistent growth in usage also validates Litecoin's undeniable status as a preferred global payment method. This gives Litecoin a lot of use case, a lot of utility. It actually was being used more than Bitcoin on BitPay for use of transaction, which is really, really cool. And in my personal opinion, guys, I've never thought Bitcoin was money. I've always thought Bitcoin as that digital gold, that store of value. That's what I've always seen it as. So I think Litecoin is that number two to Bitcoin's, like the silver to Bitcoin's gold. And seeing things like this means that people are using this to transact in, which is just really, really good to see. And also wanted to just go back over this with you guys. SEC has been cracking down on crypto, and nobody really knows how this is going to play out. Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, is basically saying that every crypto out there outside of Bitcoin is a security. We have Congress working on regulation right now for crypto securities versus crypto commodities versus NFTs versus stablecoins, things like that. Nobody knows how all that is going to play out, but how all that does play out could definitely benefit Litecoin. If Litecoin is deemed a digital commodity and is different than a lot of the other cryptos, that would be good for LTC in the future because it shows that it is a commodity, and we could potentially even have something like a Litecoin ETF in the future. And we also have a potential Bitcoin ETF coming very soon. We've had around 8 companies now file for that Bitcoin spot ETF. They're just waiting to hear back from the SEC to see if it gets approved or denied. A lot of people are speculating because BlackRock was one of the companies that applied for the Bitcoin ETF. They believe that it will go through. So if that happens, definitely going to be good for Litecoin. Litecoin is very similar to Bitcoin. It's a commodity just like Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens with all this. But, I think crypto in the long run will do very well. It's a new asset class. It's highly speculative. And, Litecoin is very volatile, just like the rest of crypto. That's why we recommend to dollar cost average in. Don't do anything crazy. Don't, mortgage your house, go all in on Litecoin. That's very, very risky. But let me know what you guys think about everything that's going on with Litecoin in the comment section below. This is really all I wanted to go over here in today's video. And let us know what other altcoins you want to see. We'll be talking about a lot of different altcoins on this channel, the ones that we hold, the ones that we are interested in. We'll also just try to keep you guys up to date with everything going on in the crypto space. So subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. My name is Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros. I'm out. See you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.